Hey guys, this is Zach Cummings, UFC welterweight, middleweight, and light heavyweight. Check out Hungover Hand Right.
This is Hungover Hand Right, and this is the UFC Fight Night Hermansson versus Pyfer preview show. That's Chad, that's Seth, I'm Jonathon,
Hola.
That's Sandfagan. No Dylan today.
Thank God.
And we're back. We didn't do a preview show last week. We apologize about that. But we're back with a kind of equally as mediocre card as the one tonight at the time of this recording.
Yeah.
But
this one's a little better, though.
This one,
my
yeah.
opinion.
I mean, top to bottom, this one's probably a little bit
There's names on there.
better. We're not going to do a low key banger on this one. We're just going to do the main card, 6-fight main card. But I mean, some candidates for low key banger on the prelims: Jeremiah Wells, Max Griffin, that's a good one. Daniel Marcos, Aori Keelang, that should be a banger. But 6-fight main card. It took us a little while to figure out who this first fight was going to be, who the participants were.
Yeah, every website said something different.
Yeah.
UFC, you got to get your website together, dude.
Yeah, it's
that
terrible.
shit is just so awful.
I mean, you can't possibly expect the biggest promotion in the world to have their website right
their
a
own,
week
yeah.
before the
Hey,
fight.
Their own website.
We're
Yeah.
all human.
It's great.
Oh, fuck.
They definitely don't make enough money to hire enough people to do it.
No.
That's for
True.
sure. All right, main card. We're going to start with Ihor Potieria versus Robert Bryczek. Ihor Potieria, duelist is his nickname, 20-5, coming off of 2 losses in a row. Fighting out of the Ukraine, 27 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall. Robert Bryczek, 17-5, coming off of 5 wins in a row. Fighting out of Poland, 33 years old, 6 feet tall. So Potieria, this was supposed to be Bryczek versus Darrius. Darrius pulled out. Potieria obviously steps in short notice. The interesting thing is this is down a weight class for Potieria. He's fought his 3 UFC fights, I believe it's 3, at 4 at light heavyweight, and he's coming down to middleweight, which is probably good because against Olberg and against Bellato, he was clearly the smaller guy.
Yeah.
Bryczek, did you guys watch anything on this guy?
I saw a little bit. I mean, obviously, he's a fucking specimen.
Yes.
Yeah, he's fucking shredded. He's shredded up.
He's in great
All
shape,
around.
clearly, but he's also he comes from a boxing background,
Mhm.
and he's a good, crisp boxer and likes to push forward, but does it the right way.
Mhm.
Right.
He doesn't just walk forward. Everything's at an angle.
He's not reckless.
Yeah.
Like early Gaethje.
Yeah.
He's crispy.
Potieria, he's obviously on a kind of a bad run. I mean, his whole UFC career has been pretty tough. Yeah, his only wins against Shogun. He's lost to Nikolai Negromarianu, Olberg, and
Very old Shogun.
yes. And the Rodolfo Bellato one is the real ugly one because Bellato's not very technical.
Yeah.
Just kind of walks forward, wants to bang,
Mm-hmm.
and
There's no shame in the Olberg loss.
No.
Olberg's a fucking beast, dude.
Yeah.
but I mean, for Potieria, like he just has a problem with the deep waters in the gas tank,
Right.
and I don't think going down to 85 from 20 pounds heavier is going to help very
Especially
much.
short notice too. I mean,
Yeah,
he had no camp for this.
no, and I don't know how long the notice was. It may have been a little bit. I mean, clearly not that long because the UFC website hasn't changed yet.
Couldn't update anything.
But I mean, he's going to be the bigger guy in there, 6'3" versus 6 feet tall.
Mhm.
But I just don't think this is a good matchup for him at all.
Did you notice they had a not available on the reach of what's his face? Like, go back. Like, why does he not have a reach on Poland?
I don't know. He's fought in some decent. I mean, Octagon MMA is a pretty big promotion. You'd think they would
Right.
have those numbers in there.
Weird. That's some UFC website type shit right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 5 fights in a row with all first round finishes.
Yeah, not only that, but you go back through his whole record. I mean, it's almost
Look how many
all,
round ones are there. Yeah.
I'm a fan of this guy.
Which, when I first saw this, before I watched him, I was like, okay, so how's his gas tank? And then I watched one of his decision fights, and it was all striking. Granted, he's a striker, but it held up well. I mean, he's obviously in good physical shape, but he seems like he's got a good gas tank on him too. And that's really, I think, the only shot for Potieria is to take over late, but Potieria just can't do that.
How many of those is he going to eat before he gets there?
Potieria, he tends to run out of gas every fight and get TKO'd because of it. So
yeah,
I like Bryczek a lot in this one.
Same. I got him TKO. Molly pulled it off.
TKO.
Armbar.
Wow.
I think she might have broke her arm.
Yeah, she's still down.
She gets armbarred. She does armbar. It's crazy. Odds for this one.
Oh, she did break her arm, dude. Yeah, she's hurting.
See, they still have Darrius on here. Even on FightOdds.io.
Well, I guess we'll see whoever walks out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, well, so Darrius was minus 150 favorite against Bryczek, which actually surprises me a little bit too. Like, I kind of either thought it'd be a pick'em or Bryczek maybe the favorite.
She did. I think she dislocates it.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
So I don't know. I'm expecting Bryczek to be like a slight favorite, and I would like him at pretty much any number.
Yep.
Yeah.
South of like minus 200.
Right.
No, he's crispy, dude. Got power, obviously.
Again, we'll see how the gas tank holds up.
You guys know
when somebody wants to grapple a lot.
I got a sweet spot for my Polish fighters. He's just another one, except for Gamrot.
Yeah. Okay, I don't mind Gamrot.
Chad's favorite.
He's not the most exciting guy in the world, but
he's unstoppable though, ain't he?
He's good.
He's a stud.
So yeah, 90 Tapology votes 96 votes.
That's it. Jesus.
80% Bryczek, 95% by KO TKO. So yeah,
that's what I got.
I think it'll take him a couple rounds. I think because Potieria is pretty game for like a round and a half, and then he shits in his hand usually. So Bryczek.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for me too.
I don't see it going any other way.
All right, next up, local boy,
local legend,
Springfield, Missouri's own Michael Johnson versus Darrius Flowers.
Corvette.
Michael the Menace Johnson, 21-19.
Jesus, man, that's tough. Remember when he was like 20-6?
Yeah. I mean, on tough, he was like fucking 8-5 or something.
Yeah.
But he's been win one, lose one for his last 5, basically, coming off a loss.
Last 5 decades.
A really bad loss.
Yeah.
Pereira killed him.
Yeah.
He got knocked out and flew across the octagon.
Yeah, and then Pereira hit him again.
That was brutal.
Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida. 37 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall. Darrius Flowers, Beast Mode. That's a really original name there.
Not a great record either.
12-6-1, coming off of the loss in his debut to Jake Matthews in Australia, I believe. Fighting out of Mason City, Iowa. 29 years old, 5 feet 9 inches tall. This Darrius Flowers guy, his last LFA fight was at light heavyweight, and then middleweight. Then his Contender Series fight was
light heavyweight
at welterweight. No, he went middleweight, welterweight, short notice against Jake Matthews at welterweight, and now he's fighting Michael Johnson at lightweight. So 4 fights, 3 different weight classes.
On his period.
I mean, doesn't know what to do.
I think most of his regional scene career was at middleweight, but he's 5'9".
Yeah, it's a small middleweight, dude.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's style is super weird. He stands like really tall and
5'9" tall.
Yeah, I mean, but just straight up and down,
skyscraper,
and just walks forward. The opposite of Bryczek, just walks at you.
Yeah,
and really
Kinda like
relies
Strickland.
on like being right about like where he's moving his head. Not a lot of technical defense. It's just stick his hands out, and move
Mhm.
around, and then throw like a big punch. Obviously, Mike. We all know Mike. He's still fast,
Yep.
Still can crack.
but it's really hard to trust him
Yeah, just
when he
sometimes.
gets hit.
100%.
Yeah, when you get, he's still crispy, he can still hang in there, but he's just been super susceptible to getting his head knocked off.
And he's getting old, man. He's been doing this a long fucking time.
I mean, he's fought obviously back in the day. He fought tough dudes, but even recently, I mean, Ferreira, he's had some good wins. He beat Pettis back in the day and shit. Jacasey, decent. Malarkey, decent. But losing to Clay Guida, it's
2021.
tough.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot how much red was on here. I mean, really, just a horrible run.
He shouldn't have lost to Darren Elkins.
No, or Stevie Ray.
Definitely
Yeah.
not that one.
Just he's one of those guys that will beat some big names and then lose to people he shouldn't be losing to.
100%. That's been his whole career, but also he's fought every fucking body ever.
Yeah, I just don't. Man,
Impressive
I don't
resume.
know why. I mean, I guess I do know why, but I was gonna say I don't know why he's still doing it. It's probably because of money.
Well,
But-
what else is he gonna do? Probably doesn't seem to. He's never really talked of any other ventures outside of the
No.
octagon that I can think of.
But
Like, I'm rooting for him because of the hometown guy and because he's a Grizzly vet and he still is capable. And I guess if he's like always losing and then winning, losing and winning, he lost his last fight. He'd probably win this one based off of his history.
I think stylistically this is like pretty winnable for him, especially because Flowers is again going down another weight class. Who
Mhm.
knows what we're gonna get there? He against Jake Matthews, granted short notice, but he got tired as fuck.
Yeah.
He faked a low blow even like to take a break. Like he got tired against Jake Matthews. Now he's going down another weight class. I think I like Michael here.
I do too.
I would agree. He's definitely the more obviously experienced, and he's more technically sound. You just got to avoid the big swing and punch from.
Flowers, he wants to load up and throw something big.
Yeah.
And also the thing with Michael, like, yeah, like he might lose a lot, but like he's rarely in a boring fight. He's always fun to watch, whether win or lose. Like it's usually a good fight,
Yeah.
one way or the other.
I just don't think I believe in Darrius Flowers' skills really,
Yeah,
and I think Michael can outbox him.
I feel like, yeah, I agree. I feel like the UFC's kind of throwing a bone right here with this matchup.
Odds minus 135 Michael, Darrius Flowers plus 115. I think that sounds about right to me.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Tapology votes. 608 votes, 72% Michael Johnson, 66 by decision. That's
That sounds
that's
about
what I'm
right.
going with.
Yeah.
I'll take Johnson.
I mean, there may be some hairy moments where he gets hit with something. And again, we know he can go out
Mhm.
with one shot. But I think he's just gonna kind of out touch him, basically.
Yeah.
He's
That's
just gonna vet his ass. Really, he'll find a way like to win, and he'll figure that out mid-fight.
Anything else there?
I think
I doubt he's got a whole lot left
MJ.
in him. You know, this might be one of the last fights we see.
I mean, obviously
MJ.
he wins this one. He gets another one against another
Killer.
Well, I was gonna say like a Mark Jacasey type or a Darrius Flowers type, like another just kind of average
Right.
UFC guy. I don't know. I mean, I was watching a fight earlier of his, and the broadcast. It was the Jacasey one, I think, and the broadcast said that he told them in their little meeting before that he still like wants to fight for the belt.
oh.
So it's,
Johnson said that.
yeah. So
Well,
it's like,
fuck.
I don't know if you're getting back up there, buddy,
No,
but
sir.
I mean, maybe
be cool, but
they give him another name that's also on a bad streak or something, but I don't know.
yeah, I just don't see it.
All right. Next, Rodolfo Vieira versus Armen Petrosyan. Side note, we already previewed this one in November.
Yeah.
They're supposed to fight.
Yeah. It's a tough one for me, man.
Yeah, I mean, Vieira, the black belt hunter, 9-2, coming off a win over Cody Brundage, fighting out of Brazil, 34 years old, 6 feet tall. Armen Superman Petrosyan, 8-2, coming off of 2 wins in a row, fighting out of Armenia, 33 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall. Originally, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Originally, I picked Vieira. I think I'm switching it.
Yeah.
I've got Petrosyan. That's who I'm picking.
I'm going with the Armenian.
I mean, Vieira, Vieira, he's had some gas tank problems in his UFC career. I do think he's gotten better in that department, and I actually think his hands are half decent. I mentioned this on the last time we previewed this. Like, he can box a little bit, but Petrosyan's just so good at the movement and the touch and the out of the way.
Yeah.
It is a small cage at the Apex, obviously, but he's going to be way bigger, way rangier than Vieira. And I think he's just going to outpoint him.
Yeah, he's still got a 2-inch less reach, but I think he'll be rangier.
That's
too.
weird.
Yeah.
And I mean,
short arm.
He's good with the body kicks. I think if he attacks Vieira's body early, slows him down. Obviously, if Vieira hits takedown, that's bad.
Yeah,
really bad.
It's not good. I don't know. I think Superman's just a little bit. He's just the more fluid, like Seth said, fighter. He's just a little bit more smooth. I think he's going to be in and out. Touching. Just got to avoid takedowns and stick to the outside. I think he'll be all right.
It's going to be tough for Armen, just in the sense that Vieira is going to be chasing him around a lot.
Right.
And I mean, a lot of these fights that he's had have been guys that also kind of want to stand at range and trade, not guys that are going to chase you around and try to grapple. So that's that. I mean, it's going to be tough for him, but I do think he's gonna win a decision personally.
Agreed.
Same.
Odds -110 both ways.
Gotta pick him.
I like Petrosyan. He's not gonna knock him out because Petrosyan, he's not really much of a finisher, at least at the UFC level.
I don't.
Yeah, 8-2, man. I think he had a pretty extensive kickboxing career, but yeah, all 3 of his UFC wins decisions. Tapology, 645 votes, 79% Petrosyan, 73% by decision. Yeah. I'm just picking exactly what Tapology picks.
It seems like literally everyone's on the same page with this fucking card.
Originally, I did pick Vieira. And I definitely don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means, but
no, it'll be a fun little fight. But if Petrosyan's going to actually do what we think he's going to do, I
just hope it's not one of those situations where Petrosyan his whole fight camp was based around anti-wrestling, and he's always looking for the shot, and he's going to be so worried about the shot that he ends up getting clipped.
Yeah,
I don't see that happening, but that is a possibility.
Now, Vieira, I mean,
it's like what Khabib did with Conor.
Similar to a lot of these like really high-level jiu-jitsu guys, is they're not great wrestlers.
Yeah.
And Vieira's he's not a high-level wrestler. And Petrosyan, he defends takedowns pretty well, but I'm worried about just getting held up against a fence like a lot and just killing the clock. That's my main worry, but I think Petrosyan can get it done.
Same.
Agreed.
All right. It's a good one. Brad Tavares, Gregory Rodrigues. Brad Tavares, 20-8, coming off of a weird win over Chris Weidman. Weidman's just both his legs don't work anymore. Fighting out of Vegas, 36 years old, 6 feet 1 inches tall. Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues, 14-5, coming off of a controversial win over Dennis Tillulin, where his elbows might have hit him in the back of the head multiple times.
Might have, possibility.
Fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, 31 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall. I like Gregory Rodrigues a lot. and this is a really fucking hard fight for me to pick a winner on.
I got Brad, man. I'm biased, but
I mean, first of all, Gregory, he's came from a jiu-jitsu background, and that was like kind of his go-to early in his career. But once he started lighting people up on the feet, he kind of has never gone back. I mean, that's what he wants to do.
He's a big fuck, man.
Brad's fucking elite at not getting taken down. He's got really good takedown D, so I don't think that's even going to be a part of the equation.
Right.
And so it all comes down to standing, and I do picture Brad on the back foot quite a bit, but I don't know if Greg's gonna
find his
be able to find that one shot. Now
that's what I'm hoping for.
I mean, on the flip side, Brad, a lot of his losses are not him like getting his ass kicked and then finished. It's like flash head kick knockout against Edmund Shabazian, or flash get caught by Bruno Silva. You know, it's like he is susceptible to that one punch changing everything, and Gregory hits hard enough to do that. But
that win over Chris Weidman's not anything to scoff at.
I think I'm gonna go with RoboCop.
Are you?
Yeah. It hurts me. I want Brad to win because we're fans and all that, but I think I'm just gonna go with RoboCop. I just see him being.
Brad doesn't have he's a technical striker, but he just doesn't have a ton of firepower.
He's got good counters though.
I mean, he can land, but it's like he doesn't really hurt people super bad anymore, at least.
I see him edging a decision because, like you said, I don't see much of wrestling going down on this, and he will be on his back foot a lot, but I could see him just countering and avoiding big strikes and hopefully getting the nod at the end. That's how I predict it.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Rodrigues too, but I think it's gonna be close, and I think he's probably gonna win based off of just pressuring more and the exchanges being pretty close, and he's just going to be the guy trying to go forward more.
So he's going to Drickus
Brad.
Brad.
Because and he obviously Gregory, he can knock pretty much anybody out. He hits hard, but Brad's wily. I think he'll avoid that. But wow, the odds are pretty wide. Minus 230 Gregory Rodrigues, plus 195 Tavares.
I don't like that. Does everybody just think he's just going to knock him out, huh?
It opened up at minus 265.
Yeah, so it's actually a little bit of money's coming on Brad, but I just think, I don't know, Brad just doesn't, lately it's been either get knocked out kind of bad or win a decision kind of, and Gregory obviously, again, hits hard, so.
Yeah, RoboCop for me.
Tapology, damn.
They got him
671 votes, 82%. Gregory, 78% KO TKO.
Damn, dude, they're doing Brad dirty on that.
I think I'm going to go decision personally, but
I was leaning decision as well, but
going Brad?
I'm still going Brad.
One of us has got to pick an underdog one of these days.
Oh, that's me.
I didn't even look at the odds before this, so this is just me picking. Anything else on that one?
Nah.
All right, another banger. Dan Ige, Andre Fili. I think Andre, didn't he step in short notice?
Yeah.
Like not super short, but somewhat short notice. Dan, 50K Ige, 17-7, coming off of a pretty close loss to Bryce Mitchell. Somewhat controversial. Fighting out of Hawaii, 32 years old, 5'7" inches tall. Andre Touchy Fili, 23-10, coming off of a really nasty knockout win over Lucas Almeida.
Yeah, that was nice.
Fighting out of Sacramento, 33 years old, 5'11" inches tall.
These boys got crisp hands, dude.
They do. These guys, 9-6 UFC record for Ige, and 11-9 UFC record for 11-9 and 1 no contest for Fili. Like these guys have been around, and yeah, but fought a lot of dudes. Fili fought dudes on the come up.
Didn't he fight Uncle Creepy back in the day? Or am I getting that mixed up? I miss Uncle Creepy,
I
dude.
don't think so.
Yeah, that's never mind.
But I mean, second UFC fight, Max Holloway
What a fucking second fight.
fought Yair Rodrigues, Calvin Cater, Artem Lobov, the best out of all the names I've listed.
Almost
Yes.
fought Duho Choi.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight Duho
Clay
Choi,
Collard.
Bermudez, Michael Johnson, Miles Jury, Sadiq Youssef, Charles Jourdain, Bryce Mitchell, Nathaniel Wood. Tough dudes. This one's really tough because
I got Ige.
I kind of think Ige's going to have a hard time reaching him.
I'm going with Touchy.
Yeah.
Touchy-feely.
I think so. I think I'm
Ige's been a lot more present lately.
Ige's a dog.
He's been a lot more active, and he's been fighting some.
Has he?
Has he not? I feel like we've been seeing a lot of Ige this past year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess reverse order. What's 9? August?
It's September.
September, June, January. So 3 that year. 1 in 22.
Right.
4 in 21.
He's always been an active dude. I think he had that injuries that one
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is tough because, like, obviously if it's a knockout, like if you know it's going to be a knockout, like some guy from the future comes to you and says it's a knockout, you're like, okay, it's Ige then.
Yeah.
More than likely.
I thought you were going to say. What's his dig?
Fili?
Yeah, I thought you were going to
No.
say Fili on that.
I mean, if anybody's getting knocked out, it's probably going to be Fili getting knocked out.
Yeah.
But
But
I think the size, and if Dan wrestles, that helps. But I don't think he's going to.
Yeah. No, I think he
doesn't like to. He can, but he doesn't like to.
Yeah.
Especially after he's going to want to throw more, especially after that Bryce fight. You know.
And Dan's kind of he obviously hits hard, but he can kind of wait on that big shot. And Fili's real active, switching stances, throwing a lot at you.
Mhm. Both these guys are scrappy as hell, but I give the edge to Dan.
He's a favorite. Minus 175 Dan, plus 150 Andre. Again, Andre somewhat short notice. I'd like to know how.
I just think Dan's a little more technical and a little higher fight IQ. He's going to know what to do in the moment.
So this was supposed to be Dan and Lerone Murphy. That would have been a good one too.
The round.
I don't know if this says when it got canceled, but either way, damn.
Yeah.
517 votes, 81% Ige, 72% by decision.
You're going
I
for
think
the
it's-
underdog this time?
I'm gonna
Same.
pick Fili.
I'm
All of
going
you?
Philly, yeah.
I thought you guys picked differently, huh?
I already had my picks planned out beforehand.
I think that I don't know. I'm just I'm a big fan of both, but Feely, I like the guy. He's living a life right now that I think I would want to live.
It's all because of the big booty Latina
Yes.
comment.
Big
Yeah.
booty Latinas. He rides
Yeah,
Harleys.
That's
man.
why Chad's picking him.
Going 90 down
He's
a windy
got
road.
the band.
90 down a windy.
This seems awesome.
You guys hate on that song, but that song's not bad for a
I don't
UFC
hate on
fighter.
it. It's just funny to
You
make.
ever heard Woodley's rap?
It's fun to make fun of that one line. The song's fine.
I mean, so I'm picking Fili, but not only because I like him.
I like both these guys. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no! Obviously, I don't not just because I like him.
I mean, I don't know. You
I'm
fooled
throwing-
me.
I like the way he fights too.
No, if I'm throwing down actual money on this, I'm definitely going Ige, man.
Yeah.
He guy's a dog.
I don't know. I'm a little surprised by the odds.
Too wide.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really that wide, but I think Ige should probably be a slight favorite, just especially because of the short notice part. But minus 175 is a little bit wide for me. Open minus 150, so more money came in on Ige. I don't know. I think he needs to wrestle a little bit. For his sake, I'd like to see him wrestle.
I agree.
Fili's big, tall guy. It's gonna be a little tougher for him to get down there and defend that shit, and not a full camp.
Mm-hmm.
He's just accidentally, when he's going for a hook, just hook his finger into Andre's ear
Gauges.
holes,
Yeah.
his gauge holes, and just rip his lobes off.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
He used to tape him up. I don't
I
think
mean,
he's
is
taping
that-
him up anymore.
No, I don't think he does. Is that there's no way that is written into the rule books of
No
MMA.
chance.
No,
No way.
ripping.
You know
of
what else
gauge
isn't
holes.
written in the rule books? Not being able to strike somebody with your cup. There's no rule about that. Did you remember that
Yeah,
one fight
he
where that
just-
dude was like
he just humping
humping his
out of their
face?
I don't remember
with his
that.
cup?
Yeah.
Sam
That's-
Alvey was just talking about that.
Here, this is a whole different can of worms, but you know what is going to happen in Connor's next fight now? He's gonna land that.
cup check him.
And the guy's going to be he's going to drop somebody with it.
Just Chandler
Chandler
just
or
dicked in the
Nate or
face.
whoever. He did the shoulder, now he's going the cup.
Well, hey, wouldn't you love to see it though?
If it's Nate, yeah. If it's Chandler, no.
They would be the hardest opponent of his to hit with that cup.
That's true. Anything else there?
Nah, I'm
That's gonna be a
more
fun
confident
one.
in Dan. Than,
No, it's
than
going to
you
be a
guys
banger,
are.
I think. It's going to be fun.
Kind of thought you guys were both going to pick Dan. Honestly,
I just think the range is going to be tough.
I agree.
I
Mine's
mean,
probably a little bit of bias.
smaller cage. Oh,
But I feel like Dan's used to never having the range and reach on guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, Fili he's definitely there to be hit. He's not the most like he's very he moves a lot and he switches stances a lot and moves his head around a lot, but he's not like the best at like punch coming, I slip punch. Like it's a lot of movement, but he gets clipped by people somewhat often. So
Right.
I mean, I could see it.
I'm excited for this next one.
Yeah, main event. I think. Well,
Body bag.
let me get into it, and then I'll say what I was going to say. Jack Hermansson versus Joe Pyfer. Jack Hermansson, Jack the Joker Hermansson. I fucked it up. 23-8, coming off of a pretty ugly finish, at least. Loss to Roman Dolidze. Originally from Sweden, but fighting out of Norway. 35 years old, 6 feet 1 inches tall. Joe body bags Pyfer,
Let's go.
12-2, coming off of like a ton of wins, I think.
Yeah, dude, he's a killer, bro.
Well, MMA to, god damn it, five wins in a row.
This is also the man that claims that he beat Francis Ngannou's power on the.
They
Yeah.
posted the video and stuff of it.
Mhm.
Fighting out of Philly, 27 years old, 6 feet 2 inches tall.
Rough upbringing, that kid.
Yeah, the UFC like bought him a house and shit. I think. Well, I want to look at the odds first here. Minus 220 Joe Pyfer, plus 185 Hermansson. I think this is going to be a lot tougher for Pyfer than the public thinks.
Oh, I agree. Hermansson's no joke, dude. He'll throw out some weird submissions on your ass too if you're not careful.
And that's the thing about, I don't know, like I told Chad this earlier, like I remembered this Dolidze fight only from the finish. And I was like, oh, he got his ass kicked by Dolidze because it was like a literal calf slicer and had his back with a calf slicer, ground and pound,
It was
like
nasty.
ugly loss.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched that fight and I thought Hermansson was winning in the striking before that. And I think that's what I think Hermansson's a better striker than people think.
I agree.
And he's super awkward, does weird shit, and people have a really hard time with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Pyfer, he likes to kind of fight at that, boxing range, kind of slow pace and like pick his shots, but Hermansson's not gonna let him do that. Hermansson's gonna be on his bike, throwing weird stuff. I think Pyfer's never been 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like you and I were talking about earlier. I mean, Pyfer, he's cocky, man. He really thinks that there's not a whole lot of people out there that can hold a candle to what he has. Which I get it. You're a fighter. You got to have some sort of.
You gotta have that confidence.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's pushing the. He's a little too far on that side.
Yeah, which I mean, respect. You're out there doing it. There's lots of guys out there.
When
like
Rogan has Sean Brady on right before you, and he's like the coolest dude in the world.
Yeah.
And then Pyfer also admits that Sean Brady whoops his ass in the gym.
Really?
Yeah, which is cool.
And the grappling, especially.
Oh, he says that he can't do anything about it. He says he can't do anything to stop him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, teammate, you're going to say that, but I also kind of believe it
I
too
believe it.
because
Oh,
Sean's a monster on the
No,
ground.
you could tell he didn't want to say it. He was
Mhm.
just being real.
Yeah,
He was like, "Oh, it pisses me off."
Yeah, this fight, if Pyfer, obviously, if he lands something,
he's well rounded.
Yeah,
Like,
He's good, dude.
he's really well rounded and he hits hard and he's big.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's also been training since he was 4 years old. It just took him a long time to get on the scene.
I don't know. I'm kind of like, I want to pick Hermansson, and I think for the sake of the show, I'm going to, but only because of the fact that it's 5 rounds. Like, I think it's going to get tough, really tough for Pyfer if it gets to like round 4.
Yeah, but that's a big if because he hasn't gotten to round 5 because he fucks everyone up before then.
Right. But Hermansson's a little different breed than Gerald Mearshart.
Right.
I mean, Pyfer, he probably is the real deal, and I don't not believe in him, but I think Hermansson's a little bit underrated too.
I agree. I've always liked Jack, but he just seems to fight guys that I like a little more.
Yeah, well,
a lot.
I mean, that's
like Strickland and
yeah. I mean, here's Jack's strength of schedule. I mean, Delize, Curtis, Strickland, wrestling match against Kamzat doesn't count necessarily, but Vittori, Gastelum, Cannonier, Jacare,
old David Branch, remember that?
Thiago Santos, yeah.
Remember when Luke Rockwell kicked his ass?
Yeah, and then had a terrible interview after.
And then lost all of his fights after?
Yeah. The David Branch did it.
Yeah.
You beat David Branch, you lose. It's like the Gaethje thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not confident in this pick necessarily, but I'm gonna lean Jack Hermansson decision. I think Pyfer's gonna have a hard time finding him and a hard time reading what he's doing.
I got Pyfer TKO.
I think I'm going to go with Pyfer as well.
I think
honestly, that guy's got, I mean, he's huge.
I think he should mix in the wrestling too, like Ige.
Yeah.
I think he should. I mean, Hermansson's a good grappler, but not necessarily like a super incredible wrestler.
I bet you Jack is not wrestling with the caliber of guys that Pyfer is every day.
No, probably not. They don't have those in Norway.
Right.
I think I'm going to go Pyfer's going to knock him out as well.
Does he train in Norway or Sweden?
It says he's fighting out of Norway, but he's from Sweden.
Right. They're pretty close, huh?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
They're right there.
The Baltics? Or no, not the Baltics.
It's kind of funny because Sweden is like the only country in Europe that like has good wrestling for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. He may train with that Mark Madsen guy, the Norwegian Olympian who just retired. I don't know. Also, Tapology, it might not be accurate. He probably trains in Kilcliff or something. You know.
When did they start doing career disclosed earnings?
Wow. He's made a whole $224,000
over the course of his career.
That's just not.
There's no way that
that can't be right. Yeah. That can't be right.
No way. I mean, I guess if they take his expenses,
right,
plus his earnings, maybe. But
yeah.
Tapology votes. This is going to be pretty ugly. Yeah, 700 votes, 83% Pyfer, 89% KO TKO.
So basically, everyone listening, don't listen to John on this episode.
I don't know, man. Like, how many times? I mean, he's been knocked out. Hermansson's been knocked out 3 times. Delize, not knocked out, but ground and pounded.
He also lost to Chris Curtis, though.
No, he beat him.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. God.
Uppercut to ground and pound against Cannonier. And 1 second left in the first round, got knocked out by Thiago Santos. I mean,
I can't wait for that Thiago fucking
Yoel
fight, dude. Somebody's gonna die.
I mean, I feel like that's a perfect fight to get everyone excited, and then it sucks ass.
Oh yeah, like the Francis Derrick fight.
But
I don't know. Thiago's doesn't usually suck as far as boringness.
Yeah. Yoel does sometimes.
Yeah, Yoel definitely does. But a handful of times.
All right, Pyfers.
Oh yeah,
Pyfer for me.
I'm gonna go Hermansson.
I like Jack.
Just because I feel like I need to pick one underdog at least on this preview.
What's the point if it's not your actual decision?
Well, because I think I'm not confident in Pyfer either. Like I think this is going to be tougher than he thinks it's going to be, for sure.
Oh. Well, I agree with that.
I don't know. I think Hermansson's gonna survive. Pyfer's gonna slow down a little bit. and Hermansson's gonna run around like he always does and throw a lead leg kick and a front kick at the same, like bang bang, like do weird shit like that. And Pyfer's gonna be like, damn, what's he doing here? I like to just stand in one place and throw my little punches, and Hermansson's gonna squeak it out.
Well,
and everyone's gonna be like, wow, didn't expect
you were right,
that.
John. Everybody's gonna comment and call you. And...
Yeah. Be like, you were right about your not confident pick that you weren't confident about.
Shit.
Anything else?
I want to bang Laura Sanko next.
She's a looker.
Yeah. The UFC knows what they're doing.
Yeah, giving me boners.
But also, she's actually really good.
Yeah,
too.
R.I.P. to Carl Weathers.
Yeah, dude.
It was a
sad to hear.
legend.
What? Should I know who that is?
Yeah, dude. Apollo Creed.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, like in Rocky?
Apollo Creed. He was Chubbs and Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore.
He was Dylan in was it Predator?
Yeah. Where he goes
Never seen it.
Yeah,
Arnold?
it was anything. I forgot. You don't watch
More of an
movies.
alien
Anything
guy.
pre-2010,
Yeah.
forget about
More
it.
of an alien guy.
Yeah, R.I.P. to you, man. Wouldn't be couldn't make those movies without you.
All right. Well,
And also, he was a former Raider. Played 2 years
that's
for the
why I
Raiders.
never heard of him.
Fucking jacked.
Yeah,
Been jacked his whole life.
he was a linebacker.
All the roids.
Maybe.
Really?
I don't
Back,
know if
NFL back in the day, Roids?
Well, it's very apparent looking at him.
A specimen.
Anything else on this card?
No,
I
I
mean,
think it'll be a
I
fun
think
little
it's.
card.
I think this card is way more stacked than what we're watching tonight.
Yeah, no,
but
it probably is. Probably right. I mean, there's going to be some fun ones, obviously, like Ige Fili. They're going to bang.
Yeah.
I think
Hard.
Tavares Rodrigues will be interesting.
Petrosyan.
And then I think just the fact that this Pyfer Hermansson fight is like a setup fight
Mhm.
to get Pyfer into, because I think Hermansson's still ranked like pretty high on the UFC ranking.
Dude, they're trying to make Pyfer into
Yeah.
a Strickland 2, like another Strickland.
I think the intrigue of this is like, can he pass this test?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he even
And he
said
will-
that
I think-
it's the hardest fight for him on paper, that of his career.
But Hermansson doesn't deserve to be on the same planet. as
Yeah,
him.
Yeah, is that what he said?
he
Pretty
literally
much.
said the same thing about Gerald Mearshart.
Well, he was right about
Yeah,
that.
he's like, you
fucking
shouldn't have
one.
never
yeah.
been in there with me, and Jax doesn't have anything that's gonna hold a candle to what I got.
It's just they're
He
just
did say that.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
they're definitely different people. Like
For sure.
Hermansson and Mearshart. Like
Yeah, they're
Mearshart.
not the same.
I don't. Has
players.
Mearshart ever been in the rankings? Maybe been like 15.
Maybe once,
Like,
but I don't even think so.
yeah, and Hermansson's fought like everybody.
Mearshart's one of those guys to where like you know who he is because of who he's fought, not because of what he's done in there,
Yeah. Yeah, Mearshart.
and because his name.
It's a
It's a
tough,
shard
tough
in it.
name.
You know.
Mearshart he's one of those guys that has just a super specific skill set. And if that doesn't work,
He's going night.
L automatically.
Yeah.
But
No, it'll be a fun card, I think.
yeah.
Let's go Petrosyan.
And then after this, which we'll preview next week, is UFC 298, Volk and Potieria.
It's a big one.
It's a huge one for Volk.
And
man.
I think the card at the time of recording that we're watching right now, Dolidze Imavov, is the first of, I think, 12 weeks straight.
I think
at
so.
UFC. So that's like,
love that.
if my
Some
math's correct, that's
bangers.
like 3 months.
Bangers coming.
3
up.
months of just jizzing, watching men fight in their underwear.
298, 299, 300.
Is 300 supposed to be good or something?
It's supposed
We
to be.
still haven't even. We don't know who
no
the
main
main
event
yet.
Yeah.
Well, of course they're not going to give you that one yet
No.
It's fucking.
because it's going to be Connor
It's
and
like
Nate.
pulling teeth. It's like boxing now. It's like pulling teeth to get the big names to
It's-
fight on the big
It's
cards.
Connor and Nate or Connor and Chandler. That's
Just
that's
be
hands
Chandler.
down
Can
what
we-
it is. No, I agree.
I
Do
mean-
Chandler, then do Nate.
Nate, I want that to happen too because of the trilogy. But Chandler's just been fucking waiting around forever.
100%. But
Well, he's
also-
gonna wait forever.
but business wise,
Like that
Connor,
video.
I think Connor beats Nate for sure. I don't think he beats Chandler. So him coming back off that long layover, he needs a warm up fight.
Did you see their exchanges? Like Chandler's tweeting almost every day about Connor,
Mhm.
and he was talking about Connor. And he goes, "Get off the yacht, boy."
It's like yacht has gym.
I've been in the gym.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Yacht has gym.
Connor, yacht has gym. I started laughing. So
And you send a video of him like working out in it the next day.
yeah,
I feel like the more Chandler like bitches about waiting, the more
The less
Connor
likely.
wants to wait.
yeah.
Exactly.
He's like
He's fucking
feeding
with
into it. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
"You're gonna wait as long as you want."
Connor did that to Tony.
Yeah.
He did that for a few guys.
All right. Well, that's not what we're supposed to talk about here. So.
Yeah.
All right. At HOR Podcast, Instagram, at Hungover Handwrite on TikTok, and like and subscribe. Tell us your picks. Am I stupid for picking Hermansson? Tell me that. Just say yes.
Tear him a new asshole in the comment.
And yeah, just let us know what you think about this card.
You can shit on us, whatever. Just say something.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Peace.